Hello everybody, how's it going? Our lesson today about enums with conditional statements. In the last two lessons, we take conditional statements, which are if else, and else if statements. So today we're going to take enums with conditional statements, or how to use enums with conditional statements, because there is some of you in a Telegram group, they ask what is the benefits of enums, how we can use the enums in our code or program so good. So today we're going to have two examples about how to use enums in proper way, and also how to use the enums with the another things like conditional statements. So let's go to Visual Studio to code to see how we can use the enums with conditional statements. All right, this is our code. We have here hashtag include the stream using name std, and after that we create an enum, or we use user define enum by using enum keyword, and after that we create enum name. The enum name is user defined data type, which means it's data type, but the data type that the developer, like me now, we create or we give the name as we wanted for this data type. While the enum is data type, so we have to give the enum name or the data type name that we will create as a developer a descriptive name. All right, so while the enum going to hold colors names, so we give the name, or we name the enums screen colors, because these colors, it will change the background of console screen color, for example, from black to red, blue, green, or yellow. And red represent 1, blue represent 2, or actually 1 represent red, 2 represent blue, 3 represent green, and 4 represent yellow, because the enum, it's represent the numbers with descriptive names inside the enum. For example, here number 1 represent red, number 2 represent blue, number 3 represent green. So if the user inserts number 1, which means the background of the console screen, it will change to red. Let's do run first to understand this program before we go to explain how we do it. All right, perfect. The compiler display for me this menu. It's like, please choose the number of your color, and number 1 red, number 2 blue, number 3 green, number 4 yellow, and the stars. And this question displayed for the user, which means me now, your choice. For example, if I choose number 1, look, the background color of console screen change from black to red. If I run it again and I choose, for example, number 2, perfect, the background color of console screen it changed from black to blue, because number 2 represent blue. And same with the green, which is number 3. Let's just try it. Perfect, the background color of console screen changed to green. And same with number 4, it should be yellow. Perfect, the background color of console screen it changed to yellow. So how we write this program? Let's open the main function to see how we write it. All right, first here, this is like string that we displayed on console screen. It's normal strings that you just know it now on console screen. Like cout object, this is stars, and please shows the number of your color, and this is like menu, as we said, red, blue, green, yellow. Each color represent a number, or each number represent a specific color. And after that, stars, and your choice is the question. And here I define integer data type, and I declare a variable that's belong to integer data type. I name it choice, and cn inside the choice, which mean when the user insert any number, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, which is integer number, these numbers, it will be stored inside this variable that it's named choice. And after that, we define the enum name, or we use the enum name, because the enum name, we said it's data type. While the enum name is data type, so I can use it like the integer, string, float, double. So don't say why I use the enum name here, or how can I use the enum name here, or I use the enum name for what. Use the enum name because the enum name is user defined data type. It's normal data type, but it's the data type that the user or the developer created by themselves and give it descriptive names as they want. For example, now my enum going to hold or represent screen color. I name the enum name, or the user defined data type that actually belong to the enum keyword. I name it en screen color. En is the prefix. It will help us to search about the enum later when we want to use the enum name, or the data type that's belong to the enum name. So while we use here the enum name, and the enum name is data type, we have to what? After that, declare a variable, because here all the time when we use integer data type, when we define integer data type, or string, or float, or double, or boolean, we have after that to what? To declare variables. Enum name is same. It's data type. Once we use it, we have after that to declare a variable. We declare a variable after we use our data type, en screen color. We name the variable color. And after that, we want to put the number that take it from the user, for example, number 1, to change the background color of console screen from black to red, that we stored actually in this variable that's belong to integer data type, which is choice here. We want to change this number, that actually integer number, to enum to store it inside the color, because we want to store the number inside the color variable, and we cannot assign it to the color variable because the color variable it's belong to the enum name. First, we have to do casting. How to do casting? We use this syntax. Color equal, between two brackets you put the name of the enum, and after that we put the variable name that's belong to integer data type. The compiler come here, check the choice inside the integer data type. Right, this developer wants to convert it or want to casting it to enum, so the compiler now convert this number that we stored inside the variable choice variable to enum, and after that store it inside the color because the color variable belongs to the enum. This is how we convert the number that will take it from the user, the integer number, to the enum, and after that store it inside the variable that's belong to the enum. And after that we use conditional statements. First one, we use if statements. We put our first condition, color equal en screen colon red, and after that, if the compiler choose 1, which is represent red, we write this line of code: system two brackets color for if. System two brackets color for if. It's change the color from black to red. What does it mean? This system, its command exists inside the C++ library. We don't want to explain it right now. It's not our topic in this lesson. I just use it to change the background color of console screen. So I just use it to change the background color of console screen. So what the enums do for us, because some of you, as I said in Telegram group, they ask, they cannot know what are the benefits of enums. The enums do for us that instead we write it like this: color equal 1, color equal 2, color equal 3, color equal 4. It will work like this. It will work because 1 represent red, 2 represent blue, and 3 green, and 4 yellow. But you as a developer, when you get back to your program after 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month, you will not remember these numbers represent which colors. Even if you read this line of code, system color 1F or 4F or 2F, you will even forget these numbers represent which color. For that, the enums help us to represent the numbers with descriptive names inside the enum. While this program, if I leave it like this, it will work. Let's do an example. Color equal 1. It will give me red for sure, because red, or number 1, is represent red inside the enum. Perfect. The compiler display for me the menu and your choice, for example 1, it's work. The compiler change the background of the console screen from black to red, so it's work even if we not use the enum. But the enum, it's let us remember our code with descriptive names, as you see right now. Color equal en screen, we use it like this: color equal, and after that we use en screen. Directly the compiler give me the name of the enum. As you see here, it's helped me, the en, it's helped me as a prefix. It's helped me to find my enum name so fast. Now we just have 1 enum, but in future we'll have 20 enum, 50 enum. So we will need to have prefix to just find all the enum names, and we choose the one that we wanted. For example, now when I write just encs, the prefix helped me to find my enum name so fast between all these options that the compiler bring it to me. So chooses directly and colon, and because it's 4F, it's represent red, so I will choose red. All right, so I use this condition with if statement, but I still have 3 different colors, so I use also else if statement to help me to have another conditions, or to put my conditions between 2 brackets of else if statement. For example, here color equal en screen colon blue, and I put this line of code to change the background color of console screen from black to blue. And also because I have another color, which is green, I use else if statement. And also because I have fourth color, I use else if statement to put the fourth condition. So the first condition I use it with if statement, and the last 3 conditions or colors options I use it with else if statement, because once I use else if statement, it's helped me to put my condition inside these 2 bracket. And in the end, as default, I will use else statement in case the user insert different number, not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. For example, the user insert number 5 or 6. Background color of console screen stay black. 0 if it will keep it black, it will not change anything. Let's do run to see. Perfect. The compiler display for me the menu, and here your choice. I'll choose, for example, 3. Compiler change the background color of console screen to gray. Perfect. But if I choose, for example, different number, not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, for example, if I choose 5, the background color of console screen should stay black. Perfect. The compiler didn't change the background color of this console screen because the user, which is me now, I choose different number that doesn't represent any color, which is 5. It doesn't represent any color. So in the else condition, I put the default that in case the user choose numbers not exist in the enum and not represent any color, the compiler will keep it black, the background of the screen. Now let's go to another code to have another example. All right, this is our second example. We use here enum keyword, and we give the enum name descriptive names because the enum name is user defined data type, which is type. So en country choice, this time about the country, and we put inside the enum, or we let the numbers of the enum represent the name of the countries. For example, number 1 represent America, number 2 Canada, 3 Colombia, 4 Oman, 5 Egypt, 6 Lebanon, and 7 other in case your country not one of these countries. While this enum holds the name of the countries, I name the enum, or I give the enum descriptive names, country choice. All right, let's do run first to see the results before we explain the code of this example. Perfect. The compiler display for me menu, but this time for the name of the countries, please enter the number of your country. If I choose, for example, number 1, the compiler should print for me your country is America. This time not about changing the color of the background of this console screen. This time to just print or display for me text on console screen if I choose any number that represent the countries from this menu. So if I choose, for example, another number, first one was America. Let's choose, for example, number 4, Oman. So your country is Oman. All right, it's just about text. How we do this? We did this by using enum with conditional statements. All right, let's open the main function. We have this menu like string just to display it on console screen to let the user understand what kind of option it has. And after that, your choice, same, we define data type, we name a choice, cn inside the choice. And because we want to take this number, store it inside the variable of the enum name, because here we use the enum name, user defined data type, our enum name, our data type. And after that, we declare a variable, we name it country. And because we want to take the number that the user inserted, which is integer number, we want to change it or casting it from integer number to enum, we will use the syntax country equal between two brackets the enum name, and we put the name of the variable of integer. The compiler now will take the integer number, casting it to enum, and store it inside the variable that belongs to the enum. And after that, we use conditional statements like before. In state color, we use inside the conditional between the two brackets, which is the expression country equal en country choice colon America. So while we choose here America, we make the first choice America, we let the compiler go inside this conditional if it's true in case the user insert number 1. So number 1 represent America. So if the condition is true or this expression is true, the compiler will go inside if statement, will print for me the string your country is America, and same with the rest. But we use else if statement to have more conditions, and the default is else statements. In the default one, we make it your country is other. Let's do run to choose the default one. Perfect. The command display for me the menu, and we have here, please enter the number of your country. We don't want to choose any country because my country does not exist in this menu, so I will use 7. It should to print for me the text that exists in the else statement, which is your country is other, does not exist from this menu. That was the second example, and how to use enum with conditional statements, and how to use enum generally. Enum is useful, and maybe you will not even feel its benefit right now, or you will not like understand why we not directly write this text or put just numbers, because the numbers you will forget them as developer, and enum represent for you the numbers with descriptive names. Instead, you just put numbers: 1 America, 2 Canada, 3 Colombia. You will forget when you get back to your code after 2 weeks, as we said. So enum help us to remember these numbers represent what exactly. For example, here we have numbers was represent colors, and now we have numbers represent countries, and it's make it easy for developer. You as a developer, when you develop, it's easy for you to remember the names, not just the numbers. And that was the lesson of today, guys. How to use enums with conditional statements. See you next lesson, guys. Ciao.